Hello and welcome back to Songs of Syx. We are continuing on with our little village of Turganscale, or I guess our multiple villages and now ever-growing city, which is gonna, I think, keep expanding up into the north. I think we basically have half of the city done, and then the rest is gonna keep blowing up today, getting bigger. We are gearing up for some big wars. I think that was our plan. I wanted to take on some of these one province cities. Harklow, Niegber, Hoogland, Tigenanval. Just so that we could kind of lock down what we're missing here. And I think we have some more nobles that we can afford promotions on. Yeah, look at this. Blazant has an army of 1,600 troops. That's nuts. So this is what like a real fight will be like. I'm gonna have to take on 1,600 troops. That ain't easy. Easy. That ain't. No ma'am, no sir. Because we only have well, we have like 700 troops in training. Okay, so we are like, you know, we're getting up there. 98 new guards are training. 13 of the knights are training. We have a handful of new archers in. Our town guard are up to 80. Our normal knights are up to 72. So, you know, we got a decent standing army. If we were to be attacked, you know, we could hide behind our barricades and we'd do pretty well, I think. Subjects can pass, but not enemies. Click to lock gates for subjects. Oh, cool. You can also lock these gatehouses. So, we're still a little short on... I mean, we have houses, but we're still a little short of employees. Our health is getting better with physicians, but it is still kind of tough. Some of the things I wanted to do today, we wanted to expand, I think, like a vegetable farming up around this little city. Was a thought we had. That land is not great. No, sir, that land is not great. We can pump a bit of moisture up there. But all of this place ain't gonna do very well for veggies. This all would be... okay, all of this land is terrible for farming. We still have some more decent farmland here. So I think expanding farms, probably vegetable farms along this road. Maybe. Wow, this is all really good territory right down here. Where the graveyard is. Oh, you know why? This is because I'm running a water canal through all of this. This is all very, very dry in here. It has 100% moisture, though. So I guess it doesn't really matter if you have irrigation. Yeah, I think some veggie farms in here is what we're going to have to do. Because our vegetables keep going down to 0. Globdians are doing well. They're like, we're making eggs. Well, it says we're not, but I'm pretty sure we are. And we're making fish. But we've been a little bit short on veggies. And that feels like kind of one of the things that we want to have more of. Just as a loose rule. You know, our lizards, they gotta eat. And the old war machine, it marches on its stomach. We have all this room up to this quarry. So, like, why not plant a bunch of vegetable gardens? I think we'll leave this open in case we do need to add in more stuff. And then... yeah, that's not really going to work too well. You know what? I think that's okay. We'll grow it around this just a little bit to keep things interesting. Oh, you guys can really just keep going here. Why not? I can do all of that, but well, let's make it look like this. This is a really weird vegetable garden, but I sort of like it. There's also 21 new jobs, which is not small. Ain't small at all. But the way I figure is, like, you know, we have this path out of town, so at least they can get working on that. Nice and easy. Nice and breezy. Don't train troops, let them die, so you'll have all the stuff that the dead had. Economy planning. Reading the wiki about the word bearers in 40k is interesting. A lot of stuff the Black Templars doing the exact same thing of. Yeah, I mean, the difference between the Imperium and Chaos and Warhammer is really not that much. Lizard propaganda, have you tried not giving them food? I have tried that. It didn't seem to go so well. A lot of people were starving. A lot of unhappiness. Lizard, 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 lizard. Non-stop lizards. All right, I also, like, kind of need more libraries. I kind of need more libraries, which is driving me insane because we have so many libraries. I feel like tech has to scale outrageous compared to everything else. And you know, that might just be me. We could also build a veggie farm up here. So I think I just said I was going to do this as well. Really? You guys only go that far over? Okay. I guess we could abide by that rule. Never hurts to have more veggie farms. Ah, so close. All right. Let's cut a little of that top off. And then... Yes. And... Okay. So that'd do, pig. That's another 200 vegetables. Kind of feel like I want this to be at least a little differently designed, though. A little more natural feeling. This is not really going to affect the moisture if I fill in this gap. Or the soil. So I might as well just let them do that too. This road also needs to be doubled. There's so many people coming up and down it right now. So let's grow that out. There's also like no torches on this road, I'm just realizing. Yeah, it's totally pitch black. So let's just run some of these guys up here too. Seeing as that has become a major road in and out of the city, I will have to add in like a mini opium farm here eventually, but no rush. He says, being like, how am I out of opium? How are we out of the hopium? Are we still selling opium? I think we are. I think that's the problem. Yeah, the opium den. Let's lock that for now. The iron is locked. The coal is not, but I think we're doing okay on coal. It is meant to be set up that like we only pull once this warehouse is maxed. Not the case. Not the case. I definitely have to fix the logistics. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that today, but maybe. Maybe, baby. 61 new people want to move in. Let's just grab them. I just set up all these new farming jobs, so we're going to need a couple more bodies. The harvest for the vegetables is coming in here. It's late summer, so they will start planting all of this stuff once it's cleared. Hopefully they don't eat through all the vegetables in the meantime. Got a new emoji. Need to use it while you have it. Lizard run. Libby, how we doing? You sleepy today? Stayed up all night watching the old Game Awards. I take it. I know I certainly did. All right, I want to add in also another woodcutter. The great nation of Hoogland wants trade. We're going to say no because we intend to conquer them. Okay, and this is as big as I can make this. Maybe not so tall then. How big can we make this? That full square? Okay. Now. Here's the annoying part about this is I don't really have a road that goes up there. So it's going to be a bit foolish, I think, in terms of storage. But you know what, Sava? Keep this war beast's pen nice and safe. I kind of want to just like pen them in. I just like that we have wild war beasts roaming around. Even though this is clearly somebody dead. Kind of looks like a dead war beast to me. I don't know what's going on there. These are traders taking out like piles of rations that I guess I'm selling. I'm down to 2,000 rations. We got to stop selling those bad boys. Put that on pause, because if we are going to war... I don't want to be selling that. Disaster has struck someone else for once. Warty Snavel, in particular, was devastated by unfortunate events, but your domain is peaceful by comparison. People from most parts of Styx are looking for a better life, and provided your capital is attractive enough, this can be an opportunity for rapid growth. We get a 20% improvement to immigration, which you better believe we're going to take advantage of, because I have 170 empty houses and probably a lot of disease. Let's start up an army. So the Amoeba Knights. Archers 2. And let's grab the Town Guard. And then I'm going to give them like 2 catapults as well. And we're going to let these guys get geared up. So currently this says that they are... They're like recruited, but they're fortified in the city. So they should start... Yeah, this is all the employees leaving for the army. Okay, great. Now, this will crash my economy in terms of like what people can do. Look at all this fiber. Where is that going? Tell me we got people to collect that. You're a maxed out warehouse. You only pull from the unloading stations. How interesting. Minus 180 jobs suddenly. Everybody leaves the city. Hiya. Feel like it's 3 too many. I didn't even see them. Didn't need 3 Miss Piggy jokes. I don't understand why the Muppets were part of the Game Awards last night. Like, I'm happy to see the Muppets. Don't get me wrong. As far as I'm concerned, the Muppets were like the best part of the Game Awards. But I also don't know what they're doing there. There's no Muppet-related anything involved in the Game Awards. They just show up because I guess Jeff likes the Muppets. Which, yeah, I don't know, but, you know, it's not a bad excuse. Again, I'm certainly not complaining that there's Muppets, but I am confused about it. I would also like to start fixing our roads up a little bit here. I've got some roads that need upgrading that exist on the in-betweens. I think this whole section needs to be done, because this is like the major road that goes between these 2 cities right now, and it's only 1 wide, which is definitely a problem. A lot of people coming down here. I'm starting to wonder, do most of the quarry workers live down here, or was this like farmers trying to clear that area out? All of this road is also pretty popular. You know what? I think I'm just going to do this. That way, kind of this like low road that connects is all stone, which it feels like it should be. I mean, this also feels like it should be stone. But at least like this major road is used pretty frequently. Another 33 peeps. Yeah, we'll keep letting people in. At least until I start running out of houses. This army is still waiting on lots of stuff, so we gonna wait. Immigration is up. Oh, wow. Okay, so the people displaced gives us 10 days of 2,000% immigration. We might actually want to do something like consider building more houses. But do you think I need more ration makers working? You're 24 out of 24, eh? Oh, I can upgrade you, though. For free. I mean, not for free, but for free. Nice. That actually solved my ration problem completely. So now, technically, I don't need to bring this army back. What I could do is I could just immigrate enough people in to fill in these jobs, to fill in these houses, and I could actually leave those 3 groups in the army permanently. And as people train up, they will move out and go work for them. And that would be pretty good. I'd be quite happy about that. This is a real tight squeeze here. We might need to rearrange a little of this. Move this torch, move this statue. Let's just do that right away. I want them to have room to like just get around that easy. Give them a speedier highway, you know. And I'm actually just gonna double this road here. Fart, 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 poop, poop, fart noise. Farty, farty, poop, fart noise. What's going on with this? This seems like that was meant to be also a torch. It's pretty dark there, so. Pourquoi pas? As they say. And then we'll just tune that up a little bit. Wow, no problem at all. They got this road done like instantly. Did it use all my blocks? Absolutely. My biggest concern feels like right now is swamp lung. And then it's, am I going to start running out of houses again? Now we have a lot of room to build more houses. More houses. So if that's the wall, this is like the main road. That's a main road. And then I guess this is, that's only a 2 road, and this is only a 2 road. Right, I guess I said I was going to destroy this wall and make that like a huge highway that kind of goes through the entire town. So if I followed that line, it would go right up to here. Interesting. Interesting. Which does mean I could actually build a road across this for these guys. Because it seems like there's a lot of travel happening between these 2 spots. So giving them some better basis for movement might be wise. And then I think we can start thinking about like how this city would expand if it was to go up this way. So like this would be a weird shaped district, but mostly like farmland. We'd have the quarries coming in. We could make more masons. Always room for more masons. A big part of it is like, you know, we can only get advanced stuff from crafting it in the city, but basic goods we can import. So things like farmlands, trees, even globdians, all of these farmers, I'm going to want sort of a minimal amount of. This is 1 wrongful death, but I can click through and see a lot of wrongful deaths. Leads me with some questions. These are all trying to upgrade these to roads, which they can't do because those are walls. Yeah, I guess that center wall can also be taken out now too, because it is fully boxed in. Thought the army looked tiny. Do you know how I feel about the army size? Showed us some gameplay at the 40K. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious whether or not that was like a multiplayer match that it seemed like they were showing in that trailer for this Total War 40K. So I'm curious whether or not it's how different it's going to be on like campaign mode. I want the show an hour earlier. I want the show an hour shorter is what I would like. Because also the show had like a half-hour pre-show, which was also a bunch of awards. There was a lot of stuff we didn't need to see. Like, I didn't need to see the entire cast of the new Street Fighter movie come out on stage. That seemed kind of unnecessary. I'm stoked there's a new Street Fighter movie. But, like, I don't need to see Andrew Schultz do comedy at the Game Awards and Jason Momoa be a drunk. These are things I care not about. These are things that I do not care for. They seem unimportant to me in the grand scheme of things. I guess that gate just instantly dismantled, which is kind of nice. I'm going with dismantle instead of smart remove because I want them to make sure that they actually take these gates, these walls down and reclaim all the stone. And I don't know if smart remove does that. Oh no, maybe it does. My bad. It's all the same. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick. Now we can fill in all this. Can also move a bunch of these torches in. I'm gonna try to make like some sort of like boulevard. Though this is gonna be a bit of a grander project. Right now, I'm mostly just opening it up so we can figure out like where the next expansion is for the city, because I think that that is definitely the major road. So this is a major road to the warehouse. And then this is sort of the major crossroad. Yeah. That feels right. So what I was thinking about is basically a bunch more export depots up here, and then probably a bunch of industry around this. The idea being that all of this outer stuff would get shipped into this warehouse, and then the industry can work on it from here. If there's a bunch of industry up here as well, it provides jobs for all these back housing, which does feel like something we got a lot of. You know, we have the people who work in the libraries and the lab over here, and they sort of have something to do, but everybody else, not quite so much. Feels like a lot of people who live in these houses just like work in these local spots to help, you know, it feels a bit of like a microcosm. This hospital is also just bumping all the time. Man, I cannot get over how busy our hospitals are. I mean, I know we have a swamp lung infection going on right now, but it seems like we always have an infection of some kind. They're saying that my cotton is rotten. What's going on with the... Are you guys not turned on? Oh my god, they're not turned on, are they? No, they are. Do you all need more employees, maybe? It's the problem that I have negative 250 employees right now, so nobody knows how to work in these army dens. These guys are all on priority 11, so they will ensure that my people be fed. Muppet's involved with the show because Jeff is a Muppet. Idiot. I mean, Jeff definitely is, yeah. He's certainly quite a bit out of touch, that's for sure. Yeah, see, I got all these new vegetable farms working as well, and this is like 22 jobs, 24 jobs. That's going to be another 20 jobs. So, like, that's 60 jobs I just added to the economy. Who's working that? Everybody's busy enough as it is. Moisture 77%. Okay, so this got to go up. If that's got to go up, I think we should be fine on the pumps. I'm not expanding that a ton. At least not at the moment. God, so much of our stuff is just like imports. I feel like we cannot seem to keep stuff loaded. You are furniture and gears. I have 600 furniture. Where is it all? 2. 64. 300. All right, well, that's that answer. None. That's because we import up here. Because this place was like always having overflow. Or not having enough overflow, I should say. You guys are missing stone blocks. Yes, sir. There's nothing to fetch in the vicinity. That don't feel right. Oh, I guess we just have a massive stone block shortage right now because I built all these roads. That's why. That'll fix. Some of our armies are low on critical supplies. Why are there no rations going out, dudes? I have 2,000 rations. Storing goods, fetching resources. Storing goods, leisure time. Kinda need that stuff to be out. I want this warehouse to be higher priority. You're pulling from the western and the main warehouse. Yeah, I mean, that's correct. Oh, I didn't realize this as well. You can set like specifically what you want to pull from different warehouses. Like nothing should be pulling. Maybe this warehouse needs more people. I mean, it really, really shouldn't. I think I'm just having a everybody's sick problem right now. Yeah. And we're getting a bunch of diseased corpses showing up also. Amazingly, a lot of them in the hospital. Oh, good. An accident has occurred in the tailor where I'm making all my armor. That's what we needed. This man is injured. He is bleeding. Get ye to a hospital. Oh, no, you died. Well, you tried to get there. 7 years old, working in the tailor. Bleeds out. That's tough, dudes. That ain't easy. Is this like RimWorld or something? Yeah, it's RimWorld-y for sure. Lizards should be resistant to swamp lung infection. You'd think, right? With how much time they like spending in the water. So this game is kind of like it's like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress, but with thousands of population, and it's got wars and fights that are kind of similar to Total War, which I'm trying to gear up for, but everyone is so sick I can't get my army any supplies right now, which is frustrating. Storing goods, fetching resources, storing goods. Okay, so these guys are bringing in rations. There's a lot of armor and other things stored here as well. I guess the idea was that was my overflow warehouse. Because if you don't get that stuff delivered, we gonna have a problem. I think I actually have to have my army stand down. They're so close to having most of this delivered, though. Only the rations are really struggling. Maybe I should just have more people on the ration maker. The ration shipper. I think I'm going to lose some soldiers right now. Handful of diseases going on still, but it's clearing out. Disease still continues to be my number one biggest issue. Okay, I'm loading a quick save. I thought like 1 or 2 soldiers would leave, not 73 soldiers. So I am just gonna have this whole army stand down if that's the case. Super, super hella frustrating. I guess, I don't know, maybe I should just turn these on auto employ. Because it seems like none of them are really doing it. Right? Like, these guys should be stocking this place with things like clothes. And I don't know, I might even turn that guy on auto employ. Just because I'd like this warehouse to actually be full. So here comes everybody back into town. See the workforce just like absolutely piling back up. Like Total War Rim Fortress? Yes, there you go. That's accurate. Having everybody out of town, at least while the Swamp Lung, did mean I didn't lose any soldiers to Swamp Lung. So, you know, some perks. 83 pop. Okay. All right. We're going to have to plan some stuff. So I'm saying like from here to here. This is like the major road that goes through the city. This is Critical Resource Highway. Numero unos. This is the boulevard is what we'll call this road. Because I am going to make it like a, I don't know, 5 or 6 wide. Torches all the way down it. Probably some trees, some flowers. It's going to look really nice. Eventually. Not at the start, though. So this does mean we need things like walls all along as well. All along our nice little road here. Sorry, can I get the brush tool? Boom. So I don't really know how I'll do the gatehouse, but I suspect if that's the case, I'm just gonna like follow this wall line up. And then over. More or less. Clean it up. Using the brush tool is definitely the way to go when you're trying to make these more natural looking cities. Just like painting on your walls. A much more natural vibe. I don't know if a gate can be... You know what? I haven't even tested this. Can these gates be bigger? Oh, yeah. Oh, they could be huge. Let's go like 6 wide on this guy. And I guess we'll put him like there. So this would all have to be walls then. And that would all be more road. Dirt road, stone wall. Whoops. Dirt road, dirt road, dirt road, dirt road. Yeah. Yeah, you see, yeah. And we'll thicken up these lads. That road will probably not be an entrance. Thicken up this guy. Just a little bit. So, this would give us the next, like, major set through the city. I don't know what this road is meant to be. This will also probably become a crossroad then as well when that wall gets taken out. Which I think would be okay. I want to say probably that is a road. God, it would be so much easier if I would just build in squares and not in all these crazy angles. But you know what? That's half the fun, baby. Making a thing that just gives everybody a brain aneurysm when they look at my city design. So I think maybe I just won't do... no, screw it. Let's do a road down here as well. Sets up the basis for a secondary boulevard later. So I don't know what this road is currently doing. Probably not staying there for very long. If this is the road here, maybe actually what I could do is that instead. And have this be a major boulevard connecting. So instead of it going all the way down here, right? I could actually get rid of this entrance entirely, put the entrance up here, and when we knock out the wall, it kind of connects like that. I think that's actually a little bit nicer. It gives me a bit more room to expand up here too, if I want to put in another nursery or some such. Okay. And then I'm just going to say probably a crossroad like that. Does not need to be that thick, but... maybe something like this. So... we probably have another, like, a market area in here. This could be nobles. I mean, originally this is what the idea was, but... this is going to be the central section of the city, right? If this is where the two boulevards meet. Like, that is technically the city center. Might be better off just hiring mercenaries. Yet to see anyone successfully have a standing army. Yeah, I feel like mercenaries are just, like, so powerful. It kind of, like, beats the purpose, though. Most armies you will be fighting against when conquering not bandit reigns won't have weapons. Yeah. Yeah, we're just having a bit of a pop problem. It's really just like after this, like honestly, it was basically after 1,000 pop, we started hitting all these health problems, and we just constantly have disease outbreaks, and it's been very, very difficult for us to keep up above the numbers we need. So, okay, you guys are export depots. You guys are nobles. I'm gonna do that and just say that this is the center of town. Gonna try to like save room for a temple or something big in here. This is mostly gonna be pops. And then this, I just want this to be industry mostly. I might actually grid out industry as a square. Just because it's a lot easier when you're having to build out those buildings to make them all sort of a bit more uniform. So maybe we could do something like that. And then like if that's the center of the warehouse, that could be a nice big line up to it. This is probably a 3 deep. Okay, we have diseases at our doorstep. Cities in the east are getting ravaged. Yeah, I think this would work really well for all of our industry. You know, we'll have like a row of extra export depots, probably along here, and then the rest of this can just be kind of whatever. So you're my outer road by the wall, which I guess we'll also do all the way up along here. And then all the way over here till you reach that entrance. And we can plan out that section of the city for like whatever we need when we need it, right? Amazon works fast. Looked up the Night Lord's omnibus. Got an email saying you might be interested in Eisenhorn and Ravener. Yes, I mean, that's true. Not incorrect. Eisenhorn is pretty much the must read of the 40K. Yep. They know what people buy together. They know how this works. It'll be a lot of stone to build all those walls. So let's just take stock of everything right now. It feels like until I get this pop back up. Yeah, the problem is that I built these new woodcutters, this new vegetable farm, and that just like made the difference in terms of our popos. You are at 33 and I have 125. I'm gonna just boost you to 2,500. I know I don't have enough houses for that, but also you're not going to grow that fast. Native population is like more and more taking up. We're 16% native population. The mass immigration event is over, so 74 to ranged people. Oh, that's not a small amount. 60 to get psychology. I still can't get over the fact that we upgraded to advanced libraries. It cost us 100 knowledge, and we did not get 100 knowledge back from upgrading all of our libraries. Makes me very upsetty spaghetti. Our people do want justice. So saving up 40 knowledge for a judge could be good. We could upgrade things like rural health. I want an inn. Unlocks a restaurant? That would kind of be cool too. Technically, upgrading stages would be good. Our guys like stages a lot. What am I struggling the most on? I feel like farming. Basic tending. We could put some points in. And what about like basic farming? Some more opiates. I kind of want more vegetable farms. Oh yeah, we don't have any points in basic farming here. That should help. That should help a lot. In terms of getting the veggies in. The opiates we should be okay on. Did I watch the Game Awards? Yes. I'm very excited for, obviously, Total War 40K. The new Larian Studios Divinity game looks really cool. The trailer was absolutely crazy. I mostly think the Game Awards are just an absolute gong show, personally. Like, I watch them every year, and every year I'm like, what am I doing? What are we doing here? That's how I feel about it. You know, I bet these pastures could be combined. An accident has occurred in the Carpenter. This is not upgraded? Well, this should also definitely be a stone road, buds. Buckaroos, buckaroo old pals. That's a pretty frequently traveled road. This also, like, should be a double road. I'm in planning mode. I love planning mode, but I hate that I always forget to turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. The Game Awards were I wouldn't say like a disappointment, but they were not particularly thrilling. They lacked some pizzazz. Right, that should be a little bit better for guys coming in and out of the hospital here. At least now there's no longer like a one-lane choke point. This hospital sees a lot of foot traffic, so the Solasta 2 hype also, yes, the Solasta looked very good. Maybe someday we get that Tactical Divinity game that was in dev prior to BG3. Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. I'm not sure I have a lot of faith in that department. The dreaded Swamp Lung is here. Quelle surprise, quelle surprise. Let's just get rid of this road. It's gonna be in the way very shortly, so. Swamp Lung again, man. Like, we have this sick pond in the middle of town. You think people would be bathing and having no problem. People love this pond. That's for darn tootin'. I'm out of booze. Again. I've been buying this stuff manually, so. Taxes bound for blazoned. You know, it's interesting because like the way the computer builds cities is, man, all of its cities are like 20,000 people. All of my cities are like a couple hundred. But I guess also like they have more tech unlocked than I do, so. Yeah, tier 4 is the biggest city we can build, so. You're tier 3, you're tier 3, you're tier 4, you're tier 4. You're my support city. You're tier 4, you're my fish city. I wish this city was bigger so I could make more gems, but I don't think it can literally get any bigger than this right now. Slash ever. Because it's in a, like a bad moisture spot. Technically, these two could be bigger. This is my Amoeban city, so I want this one to be very big. You're making veggies. I was just thinking if I bump this growth to growth 3, I could bump this to its City Hall 4. Without much trouble. The real question is just like, what do I need to bump that growth? Workforce of 5, or you are also a workforce of 5, so. Dose. I could get rid of the guard post. That'd be 1.2. Hygiene probably better than the growth building. Yeah, let's swap those out. Let him grow and we can have another big capital up there. Pekenval Hooglands will also be able to be big capitals. So will Harleco. These could be bigger. It's just about like, where do I want governorship? The thing is like, I'm just making cows down here. So I'm not really all that concerned about these guys being that big. So I'm sure it would be a good use for my governorships. I have 2 more promotions. Who's at what? Globs are 170. Vegetable farms are 130. So they could use a promotion for sure. Stone mines are 120. Like, I'm digging up a lot of stone. And I'm always kind of low on stone. I don't have anybody set to like a master of getting stoned. Master of masons, yes. The Globdian pastures, and that's active. Vegetable farms. So, like, you could use a promotion. Honestly, I kind of feel like pulling off this guy on fisheries. The second fisheries, because he's only adding 50 right now. Putting him on stone mines. And even giving him a promotion. The thing is, right now, I'd love to give a promotion to stone mines and vegetable farms. But one of them should probably go to governors. And honestly, the other one should probably go to fisheries, but... Well, you know what? The fisheries only have 50 extra workers. 40 subjects were injured. Oh, man. You hire a noble to take care of the stone mines. What happens? Immediately 9 people die and 40 get injured. Hi, That's a lot. Surprised they chose the FPS game for the final reveal. Oh, yeah. The one made by like the Titanfall 2 devs. I mean, honestly, it looks like it'll probably be pretty good. It looks a lot like that Valve shooter, Dead Shot or something, that they've been working on for a while. It gave me a pretty similar vibe to that, so. Larry announced they'll be working on 2 separate projects, but the other one is in an IP. Okay. Baldur's Gate 4? Maybe Bethesda will release a game that isn't a bug-filled mess, yeah? What would the modders do with their free times? They'd have so much free time back. You know, I guess housing down here would still be fine to deal with that market. I probably can't build this till the walls are ready. Realistically. So I'm gonna have to tear down a bunch of stuff. Ya da 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 ya do 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 do. To make sure this is correctly thick if this is my outer wall. You know, I'm spending all this time with the walls and it's like we've never once been sieged. But you don't build walls because you are being sieged. You build walls before you get sieged. At least that is certainly the intention. So this should also be a bigger gatehouse, but yeah, we'll wait on that. What am I not selling any of my fruit? Don't we have a fruit export setup? No, we might have turned that off. Yeah, we did. Forgot how many apples we get. This guy should be storing all of the fruit. He's not storing any of the fruit. Yeah, I mean, all the fruit is picked here. It's just because it's like a free forage zone. It's an odd jobber job. These guys are planting all the fiber fields again, even though the fiber has not come out enough. So I'm starting to think like this guy probably needs a second employee as well. Yeah, because this is like full of fiber. So a second guy exporting would be nice. And we'll figure that out. We're doing okay on degradation. Yeah, you guys are still really shy on blocks down here. You guys are also very shy on blocks down here. But that's just because we've had a block shortage. A flight of murderous exotic birds has descended upon the city. This is the second time we've had this. Our health gets destroyed, but we get a bunch of food. Don't really love our health being so bad. Technology +0. Climate, bathhouse, event, employment, new arrivals, besieged, massage parlors. Swamp lung is 20% lethality. Plague is 30. White shimmer is only 1%, so... Alright, we're at least dealing with, like, not the worst plagues. Population is steady climbing back up as well. Yeah, it looks like we got the stone blocks down there to fix all that degradation as well. Yeah, all right, I'm good with this. I have a question. Can we upgrade the hatcheries? That's something I didn't even look at. No, the hatcheries are just hatcheries. Now, interestingly enough, these are all at like 3 out of 3, but that seems like it's more than enough workload. Workload is low. Workload is low. Yeah, okay, so I guess it's like not that much to tend to babies. Is what the game is telling me. You have... Looks like nobody working in the school. Or, oh, it's just nighttime. You're selling off all that meat from the birds, which is good. Our eggs are in really good shape again. Our fish is kind of like up and down. But I think we probably have the fish market on right now. Yeah. So why don't we just like drop that number a little bit? Let's do 2. Knowing we have the food pop is like the food is that's the key, right? It's like the food is what you need to keep growing. As long as you have food coming in, you can keep adding houses, you can keep adding more people, you can keep solving your workforce problem. All right, I feel like before, no, you know what? I was gonna say before all the plagues start hitting me again. 73, 62, 80. 60. I want to get our guys out of the city, but I feel like until we have a positive workforce, we can't do that. Our stone stockpiles are coming back up, so I'm going to start activating these walls. I guess this should probably not be here. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do it like that. And what I'll have to do is I'll probably have to like scale these guys back to make room. It's okay. It's a minor. We'll lose like a couple turtles temporarily. So they are very quickly, busily going to this. We are back up in positive workforce. Technically, like I'm taking like 150 people out of the city, so I'd really like workforce to be 150 over. And if we have food right now, the idea is just like build more houses. So I'm actually going to turn back on planning mode while they do all this. And we're going to lay out some more houses. Just keep growing. Can I build a random castle and keep troops in them to wait for war? I mean, like, that's kind of what's going on down here with terms of trading. I could just keep people in an army consistently, and the intention is to, when these guys go out for the army this time, is to keep them out in the field. It's not to recall them anymore. That's what we're hoping for. So you guys are a market. I think the market's going to be like up here for this next zone. Or maybe I'll do a central market sort of here. Because I do think that's big enough to cover this. This is all going to be like temples, law. If this is the center. Yeah, I think that's, we'll do like the major temple, the law zone, and then that's all industry. I'll probably have to do some sort of like warehouse or labs along this. Then we could do a marketplace. And then more houses, 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 houses. Houses, houses, houses. This Sunday at the Dome Center in Rochester, Chester. Monster House Arena. Watch as Truckazor fights the Longhousinator. Only on pay-per-view. That's how these things work, right? Look at that perfect fit. It's almost like this isn't his first rodeo. Little did they know, it is. He's never been to a rodeo before in his life. Though they sound like they'd be a lot of fun. Narath, hello, my dude. How we doing? Good morning. Rest homes, where retirees may spend their time and enjoy the remaining days. I really want to unlock that because I know that Amevans super value retirement. But, like, what a future problem for us to have. Can I do that if I just, like, cheat this road a little that way? Why not? Hoogland, I'm not giving you trade because I still want to blow you up. It's just I keep getting swamp lungs, so it's making it very difficult to do so. All this swamp lung is really getting in my way. Lousy good-for-nothing swamp lung. All right, I guess we'll do that. Keep that road up that way. Good. And then one more little set of homes in here. Yeah, you're a bit tight. She's a bit tight. It's okay. Couple extra houses. All right. Something tells me. Well, actually, because that wall is going to be destroyed, so I could fit. I don't really want to build anything down here until that wall is done. Oof, you're not going to be cheap, these gatehouses. Ow! You guys have done these walls. Can you build those? I don't know that you can. to be honest. But I guess we're gonna find out. Kind of put stairs randomly along here every so many TikToks. Who built this wall? What is this? Who's in charge down here? They've done a grisly job. All right. Well, I guess let's activate this as well then. And activate that. And I mean, if this wall is done, job is unreachable. Those jobs are reachable. Look at them build. So fast. So, we can also just start getting rid of this wall then now too. Very funny that I've spent so much effort building these walls only to have to tear them down not that long later. I am starting to have a bit of a feeling that's like, are walls worth the time and effort involved? I'm not so sure. I don't rightly know. So all that can go then to as well as a bit of that. And that and that. Okay, 65 people, 66, 70 people. Let's get the army up. Now's the opportunity. Amoeba Knights with hammers. Archers 2. And the good town guard. Not enough supplies to send out. Fill up your warehouse for essential army supplies. Clothing. I don't have any clothing. Oh, I don't have like any clothing. There's a shocker. Okay. I'm gonna buy 2,000 clothing. Yeah, wow, we're using a lot of this. This is one of these things that I'm like, oh yeah, if I could get some like cotton farms coming in and then give out some of those supplies, you know, have weavers. You know, if cotton's coming in here, which it is currently, like I could set up a bunch of weaveries up here with our extra population, which would be ideal. This is all like dirt roads right now. You're still waiting on metal bars. That's another thing, is like a massive smithy industry. I think probably like a weavery and smithies are two of the big things we'll do, because we have a lot of coal and a lot of ore that's coming in. I have leather that's coming in, though I have to import a lot of leather too, mostly because my libraries are taking an insane amount of it right now. Because I turned that on and I cannot afford to turn it off anymore. I don't know how I feel about that. Can buildings be multi-story high? Technically, yes, but it's just an upgrade. So basically the way it works is that after putting basements in buildings, oh my god, all of these buildings can have basements put into them. We actually have so much more room for population. I didn't even think about that. So like all of these buildings have basements. You can see they have little stairs in them. And then the upgrade after basements is second stories. All right, so we did drain a pretty significant amount of people out of the city doing that. I don't think it was going to be that bad, but I guess it's 223 people, so. Do I not have enough war beasts? What's going on with this notification? No, I have like 1,000 war beasts. Maybe it's just saying that we like don't have enough equipped right now. This is a great army. The leather armor's coming in and stuff as well. I am concerned about like how much the rations are dropping. Like, I know they need to be delivering more hammers, so can they only deliver one thing at a time from a supply depot? Like, do I need a supply depot for each and every one of these individual pieces? Dude, I think I do. You've got one delivery ready. You've got another one going out. I don't understand why this is not, like, busier. This guy is just loading up rations. Maybe it's just that they wait until they hit 100% and then they start moving the next thing on the menu. We're out of booze again. I think I need an import stall for that. I don't like the idea of him taking off fabric, because I think he's the only guy supplying that hospital. Okay. Sorry, I'm also just realizing I don't have any more gears left. So I need to buy some of those off of Blazend. Or Duchy Heartwind. Who's got the best price for gears? 1.4. 1.4. Let's buy some off of you. Whew, that ain't cheap. 200 gears for 250,000. Naked lizards in the swamp. No wonder they're all sick all the time, right? It's not overly surprising that they get sick all the time. Right, I was going to import booze. That's what I was going to import. I have an import depot up here that's not doing anything, but obviously that's not the most efficient. I could just like put some up here outside of town. If I got rid of that statue, I could probably put one here. You know what? Why don't we do that and we just make a smaller statue in the middle of the road? That makes way more sense to me. Boop, boop, boop. Done. Heavy Helmet, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Come on in. Definitely we need more weavers because, like, I got the fabrics. The cotton farms are bustling. Okay, and you guys are going to bring in alcohol. That way my tavern can be at least permanently stocked. A lot of people aren't going to be able to walk all the way to that tavern, but, you know, minor problems. Not something I'm going to be too concerned with right now. All right, so you are running low on rations. You got all the leather armor you need. You've almost got all your shields and bows. You have a lot of hammers and spears to still show up. But as long as we don't get another swamp lumbing infection right now, I think we're okay. It's like occurred to me that like none of this is lit either. Agent, what are you doing, man? You built a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You built a 5 wide road when you know that won't work. I mean, I guess you could use baby torches. It just seems like it is awfully inefficient way to do this. But at the same time, I guess if it's also the only thing you have here, then what does it really matter? And then statues behind every torch. That's going to be really funny looking. You're going to fit a torch in here. You're going to fit a torch over here and over here. And then probably right there. At least get these guys a little bit lit up. And yeah, you know what? Let's, if I'm going to have to start looking at room upgrades, I have a lot of stone right now. Let's start adding in basements to these buildings. This would be the best thing I could do to increase our pop cap. Nobody even lives in a lot of those. Tack, tack, tack. There's all these homes for the librarians. These guys are all pretty busy. All right. Now we have 600 free housing. Yeah, we got some room to expand, I'd say, with that. I do think we need more babies. Babies everywhere. Would babies go here, perhaps? It's possible. Not gonna say it ain't possible. Is it efficient? Is another question altogether, but what if? You know? Crypts are so big. I want to do it like that. And like that, maybe. That's 100% efficiency. Sure. And then we still have room for whatever we want to put in here as part of that guy. Whatever administrative building that looks like. It's very funny that all of our hatcheries are just like along the walls. I can't get over how comical an effect that is. Big bustling city, man. Big bustling city. So are you guys actually bringing in this stuff? It doesn't feel like you are. There are no stations that can accept the selected resource. Well, now that's just plumb not true. There's not enough space for preparations to accept a transport of this size. Oh, no. Okay, so this is getting in transports. Oh, yeah, you're going to pull stone and coal from there. I didn't realize that these things were not set. Yeah, there's a bunch of cut stone in this building, so somebody's obviously doing it. These guys just have to prepare the deliveries. Otherwise, they can't bring them in. Okay. Okay. This also has room to be something. Maybe a hatchery. Here's our little like statues and torches. Good vibes there. Not as funny looking as that face. Ooh, wow. Looked at the mirror again, did you? Faye, how we doing? Say stuff like that all the time with my wife. I'll make a joke, she'll laugh and tell me I'm funny. I'll tell her that looks don't count for everything. You gotta have a sense of humor about it, right? What is this child doing? Just lying down out of breath in the middle of the road. There we go. Now he's confused. Now he's playing. This 1-year-old child just absolutely just roaming the town on his own. I guess I should probably also build this gate. Because otherwise, there's no gates. What is this? It says nothing. Some kind of plant, maybe? How about them Game Awards, Half Pint? We've been talking about them all day, my dude. They were something. They were, in my opinion, pretty boring. A bit of a snooze fest, if I could say so. A couple good games, though. Are we seriously running supply issues again on this? You almost have everything. You are still like hurting on rations. I definitely need to change out the way these are done. Like for sure we need more of them. So we're gonna add another 4 supply depots to make my life maybe hopefully a little bit easier. And then I think I'm just gonna set this guy to just rations. In fact, let's just do that right now. You're pulling from the army warehouse. You don't store rations? This is the Galran problem right here. I'm not storing rations in the army warehouse, so the rations workers aren't even pulling from the right damn warehouse. Here we go. The rations are all stored there. Yeah. Okay, well that's gonna... I could see that to be a bit of a problem for sure. No, I want all that to be ceiling there, actually. Shoot, I screwed this up entirely. Hold on. Those are not walls. Those are not walls. Those are walls. That's blocked by something. So that means that has to be walls. Ceiling. Okay. Goodness gracious. So, you guys are all locked inside. Okay, very quickly, I'm going to refurbish this room. We're going to absorb all of that. My great fear was that it would do that, so I'm going to have to take out those. And then, how big can these be at maximum size? Okay, that big. We'll just add a couple extra storage crates back here. It's not perfectly ideal, but it'll suffice. So I'm gonna have this guy on like, maybe just like clothing. Pull from here. All my warehouses are broken. I don't want these guys deserting. I mean, they don't look like they're going to right now, but they're still waiting on a lot of gear. So I kind of want to say like shields and spears. I kind of want to say like hammers and plate mail. So like knights. Let's just call this knights guards. Clothing, rations. Your siege. You're just going to be like war beasts. Technically, they could have Felcatas, and technically, these guys could have flanxes. And we'll call this like a bougie. Drinks and gems. And then I think we're covering everything, right? Siege equipment, rations, war beasts, bougie, clothing, knights, and then leather armor and bows will be this one once it's finished. We'll say archers. There we go. If everyone's only working 2 things, maybe it's a lot better. So feels a bit better. So boring that No Man's Sky won an award. I mean, No Man's Sky's been doing some good updates. I feel like you can't knock that guy too hard. For those who come from a country that uses vaguely sensible measurements, a stone is antiquated measurement of weight. About 14 pounds. 100 stone lizard would be 1,400 pounds. That seems like a very heavy lizard. 100 stone at 1 year old. I mean, I don't know, man. They're lizards, I guess. So, how heavy is this guy? This guy weighs 100 stones. You know, I'm just going to go out here and say, I think all of them weigh 100 stones. Ooh, this character has declined being measured for weight. Their heights change, but it does seem like everybody weighs exactly 100 stone. If you guys could finish building this warehouse, I'd really appreciate it. Because it's going to screw up everything if I don't get that done. Confused by being money. British pounds to AU dollars, quite a lot. Yeah, I guess it gets confusing when the Brits are like, well, pounds are money. Mild weather, trade tolls decreased. Great. Great. Rations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at that. 3 of every crate that my army could possibly use. We're almost ready to go. The river runs. Named not only for how often occurs in towns near rivers, the epidemic is potentially very deadly. Victims may die of dehydration after a few days of diarrhea. Or they might just wish they died. How bad is River Run? 15% lethality? Okay, that's not too bad. I need my war horses. Why aren't these being delivered, dudes? You got wagons full of war horses. They need to go out. I have 500 people sick. I have 600 people sick. I have 700 people sick. I have never seen this get this bad. Incubation days is 1. Spread is 90%. 2 days of infection. Okay, here's the great news. It's going to spread like wildfire, and then it's going to burn itself out really quickly. Bad news is it's also going to still eat a lot of corpses. This hospital's got to be slammed. No, the Master of Carpenters. We'll replace him. I'm still buying furniture, I'm pretty sure at this point. Yeah. No, the Master of Vegetable Farms. Boy, this river run's done a number. There's been at least 50 people die. Probably actually quite a lot more. How's the pits looking? Ooh, they full. All right, that pit's got room. Be a good time to bury some people in the graveyard, I tell you what. man, I'll give it to our guys. They're getting the corpses off the street pretty quickly. Wow, I have never had an outbreak this bad. There we go. 2 days later, everyone is healing. We must have lost, I don't know how many 100 pop just then. $84 yesterday. 87 to disease. Couple to army duties, couple to punishment. I didn't realize people die due to army duties. Oof, boy though. Guess that physician's gonna be pretty busy. All right, here we go. The workforce piling back up. It's not the end of the day. Not the end of the world. It's perfect too, because at least we got everything planted for summer. And then as it was all growing, everybody got sick. And then the harvest hit. And now everybody's back into the fields, grabbing all these veggies. I'm going to give you a few more veggie boxes here. And how's this warehouse doing? It's got like 10 employees. 10 seems like more than plenty for these guys. All we're waiting on is like 1 shipment of plate armor, which I don't think is going to arrive because I don't think we have any plate armor. Wow, that's pretty close though. All right, you guys are gonna die now. Let's quick save just in case. Just in case. And we'll declare war. Now what's fun about this is they actually have an army. So we get to actually have a fight. 194 people in that army. Ooh, buddy. We're sending out 250, but that is a real fight. We've not seen numbers like that. I can't wait. Can't wait. Scandinavians using silver currency more than gold, so the Anglo-Saxons probably did as well. I think it depends on like what access you had, what RGOs you have in Europa. Mix of the Angles of Old British and the Saxons settled like Germanic people. Yeah. It's a real interesting blend up there. William the Conqueror's granddad being a Viking. Scandinavians invaded and settled the UK like 3 separate times. Yeah. So much so that they were like invading their own invasions. Which is a little comically backwards, but I love it. Enemy forces trembled before our might and ran down before... Man, you guys are never going to let me kill you, are you? 243 plate armor from this. Bam. What's that army? Oh, that is their army. Can we attack them again? Outside the city? Oh my god, amazing. Can I attack them again outside the city? What happens if I do that a 3rd time? They don't have anybody. Okay. Let us attack the city. It looks like they have stone walls here. Yes, sir. 18 days of siege. They have quite a population in there too. What's dope about that though is we're gonna get a bunch of stuff back. I wish they had fought us, man. We didn't outnumber them that bad, but I guess we out-equipped them. You know, we have an army of knights out there, so that's a pretty big deal. have all these houses. We have a lot of population. I was kind of thinking about like building up the industry, but I guess we just have to wait for people. What we need to do is build up the baby baking. Germans, Scandinavians, not point modern Germans, in between burning Paris to the ground. Everyone needs a summer home, right? You know what else is comically backwards? Yelakmak. It's pretty good. Oh, my God. Esteemed colleague Turg of Turgenscale, it seems in our haste to build a city, we forgot this guy's birthday. In truth, it saddened me at first, but it is only human to falter. Fret not. Being Dakori, it is not easy, mind you, and I accept your apology. Here is my wish list. I would like 26.9 million gold alongside of a bunch of snacks. Yeah, I bet giving him 29 million gold would increase his opinion of me. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, so I'm going to have to decline the offer. I'm sorry that I forgot your birthday, homie. It wasn't on purpose, I swear. It's going to be a no from me, dog. Where are you guys all going? Oh, these are the exporters. These little guys in the red hat are all traders. This guy's like all the fish he bought in market. That's cool, man. We're selling so much fish, he's bringing out like 2 carts of it. These guys are getting ready for another load of stone. 31, 31, 31. Yeah, okay, so there's like 400 stone here in this stockpile. Potentially even more around it. They're literally just waiting on this guy to finish preparations, which is really slow. But I think it's okay. Did we get the upgrade for hearths? Tech fancy hearth. Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah, we totally did. It just costs a ton of metal, which I guess we don't have. And I guess I'm like 200 population short of being able to do anything right now. Oh. The Dominion of Blazend is upset about us forgetting his birthday, I guess, so we're no longer colleagues, and we are only trade partners. Perhaps he has noticed that I am invading all of our neighbors. Siege for 1 day. Defenses 10,000. Yeah, at this point, unfortunately, sieges have to just be siege, full siege. We can't really afford to, like, be losing troops. Mostly because of how long training takes. Oh, that's also probably where, like, most of our population is right now. Yeah, I have 48 guys training, 87 guys training, 29 guys training. Yeah, so that's... I mean, it's not all of our workforce, but it's a lot of it. Accuracy, pretty much black magic. Yep. You want demons? That's how you get demons. Run a reaction for getting a birthday. I know it's a bit over the top, but the siege has begun. The city expansion has also begun, so we can start adding in more houses, though we can also start upgrading all the houses we have. We have a lot of cut stone for that. Ooh. All right, well, we're going to take a quick moment there, but it looks like his army and 21 catapults have marched out to fight us. 21 catapults. That's so many catapults. I actually am a little bit shocked by that. Here I was thinking we wouldn't get a fight. So many catapults. Ooh. I don't know how we're gonna do against that. All right, grab everybody, bring them in close, because if they have that many catapults, I definitely want to be as close as we can. So why don't we put the knights over here? The archers, I guess, will need line of sight. So let's put them on the road. And then on your mark, get set, go. Is there a button for like just march forward? No, it doesn't really seem like it. Oh, the knights are so good though. Amevans in plate mail with a bunch of warhammers. This is our city guard here. These guys are all in leather armor with shields and spears, so they're really good at holding the defensive line. And then all of our archers also have full leather armor. So they're just going to start, the archers are just going to start obliterating these guys. And then honestly, I'm going to go like here, and then I think I'm just going to hit charge. Oh my God, you see the knights coming in, and they were like, get the hell out of here. Is this saying that I lost every single one of my archers just then? What? I guess the catapults had a chance to fire one round. Is it bad that I'm emotionally invested in these lizards? Not at all. That's how it should be, honestly. I think we got hit by those catapults. Also, what happened to our catapults? They must have gotten a shot off and just broke my archers immediately. What I guess makes me the most curious is like... will they just recruit new people in? I guess they must. God, I wish I had at least... I thought when I hit close, I'd be able to like close that menu and go see what happened to my archers. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to see that. We should have charged tuner. Sir Vix, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Maybe the catapults were like the American anti-personnel battleship rounds. So here's the thing. If your army breaks, you lose them. And so I have a feeling if we just got rocked by 26 catapults, like if 26 catapults fired on our 50 archers, I think what just happened was like the archers were like, we're good. We're out. Peace. We'll see you later. Perhaps that's the situation where I should have just sent the knights in and nobody else. They probably would have just smashed through all of the lines, so. Well, what are you gonna do? Not much you can do. I think with that battle, why don't we cut our first video here? And we'll have everybody come back in the next one? I think that's the plan for me. Until then, we'll see you next time.